Hello guys, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench, but you knew that, didn't you? So here we are today, Monday the 13th of November 2023, and most importantly, today is the 13th, and on the 13th of September was Jess's 6 months diagnosis for her cancer. Today is November the 13th, so she's now done 8 months since diagnosis and been given 6 months. So she's doing really well. And today she's as happy as a pig in poo. So absolutely well done, Jess. Well done. Good girl. So, and obviously, as most of you will know, especially from the UK and some around the world, that the 11th and 12th of November 2023 was the dates this year for Scale Model World up at Telford. And all along for the last few weeks I've been saying I won't go, I wouldn't be going because of Jess. As it turned out, she was in a great mood on Saturday. She was really good. So I contacted my mum and I said, if I decide to go to Telford tomorrow, would you be able to come and sit with Jess for an hour? And she said, yeah, of course I can. Go and have some fun. So obviously I left it till the last thing on the Sunday morning before I booked a ticket or anything, because if she went downhill on the Sunday morning, then I wouldn't have gone. But no, she's absolutely full of it and still full of it today. So apparently all she did while my mum was here was sat by the front door waiting for me to come home. So is it really worth my mum coming up or not? I don't know. But anyway, enough about Jess. So Telford, what a day. I have never in my life ever received such gratitude and welcome as I received yesterday. I could not believe the reaction to people. I just want to, everybody I saw, everybody I spoke to, thank you so much. I mean, some people almost had me in tears. I was absolutely gobsmacked by the reaction of people. I came out with bags full of stuff and didn't spend a penny. The only money I spent was on a cup of coffee and the car park, which I needn't have paid for because the bloody barrier was up. So you could have, if you paid for car parking and you were parked in the multi-storey opposite Telford, then you got suckered like I did. But anyway, enough of that. So I'm going to go through a list of people that I met, spoke to, news, whatever. If I've forgotten anybody, I'm really sorry. I must go for 2 days next time. I didn't get to see anyone, really. Well, I say anyone. I saw lots and lots of people, but there was a hell of a lot more I wanted to do and didn't get done. But there were some people I had to see, you know, if they'd have found out I'd gone and I didn't see them, such as Sven from One Man Army. I mean, if he'd have found that I'd gone and didn't go and say hello, he'd have been very disappointed and upset, no doubt. So I had to make sure I go and see him. So, yeah, I'm going to start off with Sven, One Man Army. He had a lovely stand there. I don't know if you went and you saw it, but he doing some little displays and stuff on how he uses his masks. He had a massive display there. He sold out of quite a few sets, which was good because I found out what they pay for those tables, and it's astronomical the money they pay those guys for putting that show on. It's just unbelievable. I don't know who's making all the money, if it's IPMS or if it's the arena themselves. I don't know, but I should imagine IPMS have to pay thousands and thousands of pounds to get that place. So they have to get the money back somehow. I couldn't believe this year was like 20 quid to get in. Seems a lot, but I guess in this day and age, you know, it's 20 quid, a couple of pints in it, really, in some parts of the country. But anyway, yeah, I saw Sven, and he brought me over some lovely chocolates. Thank you very much, Sven. Brought me some lovely chocolates from Belgium, which I haven't tried yet. I don't really want to open them because they look so precious. They're in a little special bag and everything. They're really nice. So I'll probably open them online and have them with a video, with a model build or something. He's got lots of new stuff coming. If you've seen my recent videos regarding the Devastator masks, overcome those issues now. I've got a new video which I'm going to do, which should amaze you if you've got that set. It's a must watch, because I've come up with a few little ideas that makes it work. There's always going to be an issue with masking. You're always going to get a certain subject that's going to be very difficult because you have to transfer the mask from the sheet to the model, and you know, because it's masking tape, you kind of have to get it right first time. And then if it's like those stars in the roundels, they're so flimsy that once you get it wrong, you can't go back. You like an RAF roundel, you can slowly peel it off and get it to go back down. But those things, you got the stars coming out to the, it's just, yeah. So he's actually given me some more sets of those masks to experiment with. So there we go. But there is some new stuff coming, and what he's actually, we had a little chat, and what we're going to do now is, if he sees anything that may look a little bit tricky, he's going to send me a sample of just, you know, a few of those roundels on one sheet to experiment with, and perhaps suggest changing something around or doing it with the old squares or whatever. But that's what he's going to do from now on, which is great news, really good news. So he had some little samples he was giving away. He gave me some here. I've got these little sample sheets here, which are little samples of the masks. Very, very nice. He had some 48 stuff there as well. I didn't realise he'd done 48 scale, but yeah, very, very nice display. And he had some wings there. I should have taken my wing up for him to have on the bench, and then people could have seen that. But no, very, very, very good indeed. Very interesting. Fantastic to meet Sven, and yeah, we had a lovely old chat, and real good. I also met Peter from Air Scale. I keep calling it Aeroscale. Air Scale, the guy. He's the guy that owns the company that makes the, you know, the beautiful photo etch instruments, update sets, and decals and placards and instrument decals and all that stuff. It's absolutely brilliant, and it was really, really nice to meet Peter. I met Peter many, many years ago, but it was great to meet him again. And as I've told you, he is probably one of the best model builders on the planet. Here's a picture of his P40, which is totally scratch built and is skinned in aluminium sheet. Yes. And he was talking to a couple of us there about with the model about how he gets it all to shrink and curls it and all this, and how sometimes you get the last little bit and it cracks. You got to start all over again. He said it's you know, it's sometimes it's 40 hours just on one area. He said it's crazy. So and he actually won with that, so well done, Peter. And I want to say hi to Holly. Hi, Holly. Apparently Holly really likes me, so at last, I'm 60 years old and we found a woman that actually likes me. There's a first. So that was great. Good to meet Peter, and also you know, good to see his display. He had my old Devastator on there, which he's made the set for, obviously, and he had the Revell G6 and a few other bits and Stuka pieces and all that. Very, very nice to see. Fantastic stand, and really, really worth a visit to the website if you've never heard of them. I've done lots of reviews of his products, and apparently you guys go and buy them in the droves when I review them, so thank you for that. Also met Peter from ASK, come all the way from the Czech Republic. Art Scale Kit. He was sharing a stand with another company. He gave me some masks, and if he'd known I was going, he would have saved me a P47 from Mini Art, but he didn't know I was going, so he sold them all. And he's sending me one tomorrow. He said he's going to send me one tomorrow, so I will very soon have a P47 here from Mini Art to review for you. I've already got all the resin and the masks and all that from him, but I just don't have the kit. But he's going to send me the kit over from the Czech Republic, so we can have a little play with that. So it was lovely to see Peter. He was there with his son. We did a photograph. I didn't get a copy of the photograph. I'll have to get the copy of the photograph sent over. I didn't get a copy of the photograph because everybody wanted a photograph of us in front of their stand, so that was nice. And then Neil. Saw Neil from Hong Kong Models. That was great to meet him. He come all the way from Hong Kong, and there's me struggling about getting there from Gloucester. He come all the way from Hong Kong. He had a nice display with some models. He had the A20JK kit there with the 3D printed parts, which are going to be, you know, the changed parts. If you saw that stand, it was great. Really, really good. He had a few kits there for sale. And I saw this one here, the B25, and he said, please take it. I was like, what? Take it, please, review it. So here we go. I've got a B25 in 1/48 scale to review. Their B25J in 1/32 scale was probably their best kit. Maybe the A20 is a bit better, I don't know. But the B25 in 32nd scale was probably their best kit. And It wasn't actually a Hong Kong Models product originally, was it? But I asked him if this is basically a scale down of that, and he said, not really, no, it's not a complete scale down, but it does look very, very nice. So really, really nice. And a good old chat with Neo. He talked about what's coming in the future and everything. And believe it or not, guys, he's sending me a B17, a 32nd scale B17. So, you know, we'll do a big review of that and maybe build it out of the box. But you all know about, you know, my opinions on the B17 and everything. Mine is down there. You can see it down here. Where is it? There it is there. Look, you can see it there. And I've just tried to correct everything on it, and I've probably gone too far. So it might be a good idea just to build one out of the box, see how it looks. So he's sending me one of those, which is great news. And he's also going to be sending me one of his first test shots, or of a good test shot, of the A20JK. So that's really good. Really looking forward to that. I've got a list here of stuff. I've got so much to talk about. Saw Mark from Wing Leader. Brilliant to see Mark. I mean, such a knowledgeable guy. I'd been trying to get him and Neil together and managed to succeed yesterday. I know Neil is keen to do an RAF Havoc, or an RAF Boston, should I say. Got the two together, and Mark just went off on this. I'm in this fantastic. Neil and I were just stood there, like, you know, everything he knew about the Boston. I mean, the French, the Americans, and all this, and how the British took on a French version that was earlier than the version they had that with a lower number, and God blimey, fuel tanks, and his knowledge of the Boston. I think Mark's knowledge generally of World War II aircraft, particularly in RAF service, is just unmatched. But we can talk more about that in a minute. Wing Leader, obviously, is Mark Postlethwaite is from Wing Leader. He's given me a couple of books to review. So we've got this one here, which is the brand new book. This is the Halifax. So I'll be reviewing this one. And I've also got this one here, which is the Spitfire by Richard Alexander. Richard Alexander, if you don't know, he is of Wingnut Wings fame, now Qatari Models. And this is a book all about the Spitfire, and it's basically for the modeler. So I'm going to be, I mean, some great pictures in here, you know, real proper World War II archive, not restored stuff. And in the back here, we got, there's a real big section on instruments. So we've got some genuine instrument panel wrecks photographed there. So looking forward to doing a review on that. But obviously I've got to have a little look through it first and sort of learn a bit about it before I review it. They've also got, you're going to love this, guys. They also have coming very, very soon, look at that, A20 Boston Havoc in RAF service. So in RAF service, Northwest Europe. So there's obviously going to be more of those. And then we got the Tempest book coming. And then look at that, we got a B24 in RAF service come in. So yay. What I would like to see them do is like A20 in US service, and the B24 in US service, and the B17 in US service. Because you all know me, if I do a British aircraft, I like to model it as a British aircraft. If I do an American aircraft, I like to model it as an American aircraft. So there we go. So those are going to be coming along with those two book reviews coming very, very soon. You're going to be inundated with reviews over the next week, guys. I'm sorry. And he also is going to be sending me a link to get into here. This is the Wing Leader archive. And I think he said it's 28,000 photos. 25,000 military and aviation photos, including 15,000 plus World War II aviation images. And that's the kind of thing you're going to get. You can see there's a Junkers 88 there crashed. Unbelievable. So I'll be reviewing that very soon with some sample pictures taken out to show you. But that's going to be absolutely amazing. And they're not like all little pixelated images. They've got watermarks on them, obviously. But they are proper, full, you know, clear, quality, high-res images. And he was showing me some of his photo archives he's got there, and unbelievable. So looking forward to that very, very much indeed. So that's lots of good news coming from Wing Leader, sorry, from Mark over at Wing Leader. I also got a chat to Team Agora. I call them Team Agora, the Agora team, Agora models. You know, the part, you know, the part work sort of thing. They work the same as most of the other companies, but they've sort of shrunk it down, if you like, into less parts, and also it sounds a little cheaper as well. But had a good chat with them, and they seem to be interested in sending me something, so I'm looking forward to hearing from them if they want to. But they do a beautiful Mustang. It's in 1/8 scale, not 6 scale, but they do a beautiful Mustang Super Snake, and they also do a 6 scale Porsche 917K. So I wouldn't mind having a go at them if they want to send me them. So that'd be interesting. And they also said they wouldn't mind if I wanted to modify it, so change colours, add details, whatever. They said they wouldn't mind, so that's pretty cool. We shall see. So keep your eyes open for that one. I was very, very surprised to see Carl. I'll put a picture up. Here's Carl and I stood in front of his beautiful Dambuster Lancaster. He came over and like double-handedly gave me a handshake and was really, really pleased. By the way, if you notice, I've got my Black Rifle Model Works t-shirt on, and I hadn't noticed before, but it's like a dress. It's so long. So I'll have to tuck it in future, I think, but you can see it. I'll show you again. Look at that picture with my t-shirts down to my knees. So everybody's got these pictures of me in front of their stands with me in a black dress. So that's a bit weird. But anyway, yeah, so Carl came up, gave me a big, massive, double-handed handshake, and he said, I am so, so pleased to meet you. Like, you know, and apparently I inspired him to do this. I didn't inspire him to do the Dambuster, but I inspired him to do the Border Model Dambuster. And this is actually not a Border Model Dambuster. It's the Border Model B1, B3, and then he's put scratch building and some 3D parts from Fishkopf. And I've got some 3D parts from Fishkopf here that I have to review. I've completely forgotten, and I must do a review of them for you soon. In fact, this week. But yeah, he built that, and he said it was me that got him sort of really inspired on it and everything. He was really, really pleased to meet me. He's given me, I haven't got it with me in a moment, he's given me the Tamiya magazine, the Tamiya Model, because he does some work for Tamiya Model magazine. He's given me the magazine that features the build, so it's very, very interesting. I think it's April 2023, if you want to go and look back at that one. It's an incredible build. It's beautiful. But he said that a lot of the inspiration for what he did came from me. Also, guys, if you do have a Border Model Lancaster, I spoke to a couple of people yesterday with regard to the kit, and we all had the same opinion. So that's 3 now. The rear fuselage is too narrow. You have the rear fuselage in 2 halves. When you put the cap on, it's too wide. If you remember my build, I had lots of trouble getting it all faired in and everything. And I ended up putting 30 thou plastic card between the 2 halves to space the fuselage out. So bear that in mind. Do some test fitting, dry fitting, whatever. And also, if you are doing that kit, make sure you go and watch my instructions video, because the instructions with the kit are not the best. And the build sequence, you actually can't build it the way they suggest, so be very, very careful. So yeah, great chatting to Carl. We had a lot of talks about, you know, different bits and pieces, and he's now got my email address, and I'm hoping to have regular little conversations when things come up about, you know, what colour this is. We actually started talking about the colour of the radiators yesterday and then got sidetracked, so that was a shame. But anyway, so yeah, beautiful model, absolutely gorgeous. It wins everywhere it goes, and he has a van to move it around in, so there we go. Right, John was there, Tigger. So John Tigger Wilkes, really, really good to see you, John. It was really nice to have a chat, and he sort of took me around and showed me where people were based and everything. When I got to Sven, Sven gave me a bag, and in the bag was some stuff from Gas Patch Models. And the guy from Gas Patch, they're a Greek company, I don't know if you've heard of them, but they do this kind of stuff. There's some machine guns, and they do a lot of the, these are Browning 50 cals, flexible fixed back plate, and this one is a Browning 50 cal fixed. So they've given me some of those. They're 3D printed and they look absolutely lovely. So very, very nice indeed. So I was really, really grateful, and the guy really wanted to meet me and say hello and ask if I would do some promo on it, but I didn't get the chance to see him. So really, really sorry. I will have to come and find you next year. I have bought stuff from him in the past because they do the 3D metal printed turnbuckles and everything for World War I aircraft. So I have bought stuff from him in the past, but this time I didn't get to see him. Obviously, the last time I properly went to the show was 2018, when my channel had only really just started. In fact, it might not. Yeah, it had started because I actually remember doing a video about the Handley Page 0400, which never appeared. In fact, I think my channel had literally just started. But obviously now, since then, I went to the one straight after COVID when we all had to wear masks, and it was very, very quiet then. But then this time, I felt like a bloody superstar. It was everywhere I went. It was like, hello, Norwich, you know, it's brilliant. So really, really good. So yeah, Gas Patch Models gave me this, and I'm going to do a review of this. I've had a very quick look at it. It looks very nice. And manufacturers, that's how to make a box. That's a 1/48 scale ME163B Comet, and it looks very, very nice. I'm going to do a review of it. It's a very impressive kit. We've got a load of history on the back there, as you can see. So yeah, really, really nice. Looking forward to doing a review of that one. And he also gave me, as I say, gave me these resin guns, which was very good of him, and a bag of sweets. So thank you very much. Holly, if you'd have been there, you could have had the sweets. See, you missed out there. And he gave me these masks. This is printed masks for the camo and everything. And we also got masks on there for all the stars and bars and swastikas and stuff. Stars and bars? Crosses. Nice. It's German, it's not American. So yeah, very, very nice. Looking forward to seeing all that as well. By the way, Edward, my wheels turned up. They finally turned up. My resin A20 wheels, the reduced size. A little bit of a story behind these. The first ones they sent out went to the wrong house. The second ones they sent out went to the same wrong house. But this time, Petra put on the envelope Nigel's modelling bench, not just my name. And the lady at the house that received them had the sense to go into Google and put Nigel's modelling bench. And when she saw my channel on YouTube, she put a comment in the videos. There's Jess, look behind me, see her there? She's looking out the window. The lady had the sense to go into Google, put my name in, or put Nigel's modelling bench into Google, and found out it was a YouTube channel. So she went into the comments and commented, have you had a delivery that you haven't received? And I replied, yes, I have. So I then said to her, you can contact me at my email address. So she emailed me, and I think she thought, maybe I thought she was trying to scam me or something. Obviously, you have got to be very careful these days. Turned out, Edward had the wrong house number. Same road, so it's a lady literally just around the corner, and she's had my wheels. So I've now got the 2 sets of these now, which is great because now I've also got a set for the J when that comes out. So thank you very much for that. So yeah, the lady had the common sense, instead of just chucking it in the bin or return to sender or something like that, because they're a free replacement for a faulty part. So there's no invoice in the box or anything to know who to phone or send it to or whatever. So, but she kept hold of them. What a lovely lady. So thank you very much for that. So that's really cool. I bumped into a guy, a brand new company, 3D printed stuff, a company called Scale Model Developments. More on that. I'm not going to show you anything from them at the moment because he's going to get his website. It's a brand new company and he's just really getting going. But looks like very, very nice stuff. So once he's got everything going, then I'll do a review of what he's given me and I can refer you to his website so you can go and have a look. So we're going to leave that for now. I also bumped into a guy who showed me this. Have a look at this. That is a wooden box for transporting model aircraft. And what they've done there, they've got the A20 in there and they've fused, obviously, the wings unclip for transportation. So they've got the wings off And they've got the fuselage in the middle of the box, and it's a very, very rigid box. It's all sort of laser cut wood, and it's a company called LMG, Laser Model Graver, and it's in the Ukraine. So you can see there, this is like a wooden coaster. So have a look at that. I said I'd give him a shout out. I didn't meet the guy himself. I only met the guy who had the box. But www.lmg.in.ua. Don't know what IN is. Made in Ukraine. So there we go. You can have a look at his website and go and see what you want to get from there. So I said I'd give him a shout out because it was a very, very nice product. And the guy that owned the box put my sticker on his box as well. So that was pretty cool. Bumped into John Kelly. At last got to meet John Kelly. John Kelly sent me some stuff in the past and always comments on my videos, and he's one of my patrons and he's lovely. So thank you very much, John. It was lovely to see you. He's one of the first people that said, "You said you weren't coming." Well, I lied. I also met Phil. So thank you very much, Phil, for all your lovely, lovely hospitality and looking after all my stuff for me. So yeah, it was really good to see Phil. Ilche. I knew I'd get your name wrong. I'm always saying his name wrong. Both him and Patrick, both from Holland. And Patrick is the guy who's got the Scharnhorst, and he's going to be building along with Jason and I. And he's bought the Scharnhorst rudder, the doobie-doo anchor correction that I've done. So he likes that. On that, I've actually been sent a photograph of Gneisenau crashed into a dock with no anchor fitted. So you can see the bare opening. And I got it right. I got it spot on by the look of it. So really pleased about that. Also bumped into a gentleman from Canada. I'm sorry, I've forgotten your name. I met so many people yesterday, but a guy came and shook my hand and he was talking about 148th Lancasters and stuff. So yeah, it was good to meet you. Thank you very much for coming and saying hello. And to everybody else, I mean, lots of people sort of walked past and went, "You said you weren't coming." So hello to all of you. It was lovely to see you all. And as I say, it was lovely. The reception I got was incredible. The downside to the day was the journey home. I mean, I noticed on the way up that the traffic was all sort of stopped southbound around about Worcester way, I think. And apparently there'd been a massive fuel spill and they were having to clear the road. But when I got back in the car at about 5:15, it must have been 5 o'clock, the traffic report came on and they said they'd only just cleared it. So the traffic was still held back. So I thought, well, by the time I get there, I'll be okay. Oh, as soon as you got to the M54 onto the M6, that was it, slow moving traffic. I thought I was stuck behind Just Stop Oil. You know, they do these slow marches, these slow protests. That's what it was like. And then all the way down, you got parts of the M5 are like 4 lanes, and there's nothing in the inside 2 lanes. Nothing. The odd truck. And there's this stream of cars in the outside lane, you know, going 2 miles an hour faster than the cars in one of the other lanes. Nobody pulls over. And if people would just use the bloody inside lane, please, and just stop lane hogging in the middle, everybody wouldn't then, because once you get people in the outside lane, they get in the outside lane, just like me, I'm guilty of it. You're frightened to move over because you're going to get stuck behind somebody dead on 70 in the 3rd lane. And if you don't want to overtake them on the inside and break the law, you're going to be stuck because no one's going to let you out into the fast lane. But I got stuck behind a guy in a bloody Volvo, right? Nothing, I love Volvos, nothing wrong with Volvos. I just said bloody Volvo. And he was one of these that's going to keep a distance. So he's going to keep a safe distance from the car in front, which is sensible. The only trouble is he's letting everybody in. So what happens is he's leaving a gap. The car comes in the gap, so he pulls back. So a car comes in the gap and he pulls back. I don't think I'm going bloody backwards here. And at one point, I got in the 3rd lane, the 2nd lane, and just overtook everything. And oh, so far. And they're all like, on the brakes, off the brakes, on the brakes, off the brakes, on the brakes, off. It's like, it was really. It took me about, I think it took about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It took about 2.5 hours, I think, to get home. It took about 1 hour and 25 minutes to get there, I think. Oh. Jeez, in the rain as well, and pitch black. There's no street lamps on most of the M5. And I was behind a Seat Leon. If you've got a Seat Leon and you get people flashing you from behind, if you keep braking, two great big triangular brake lights, one on each side, and this huge great brake light underneath the rear screen. And of course they put the brakes in the rain as well. Oh, it's like bloody fog lamps. Oh, anyway, enough of that. So what did I miss when I was there? Well, I know that I wanted to go and see Pontos, and I missed them. Black Rifle Model Works, I wanted to go and say hello to Luke and go, look at that t-shirt I've got on, Luke. Thank you very much for sending me that. I did see Black Rifle Model Works. I managed to say hello to a couple of the guys, but yeah, didn't go back. Duh. Aviatic, I wanted to go and see Richard to say hello, but every time I walked past the Aviatic stand, he was engrossed and there was people there waiting to talk to him. So I wanted to go and say hello to him because some of his stuff, it's all World War I stuff. Remember a couple of years ago I did the review of the resin lorry that he made, absolutely beautiful. And Edward, I wanted to go and speak to Edward specifically to thank them for the freebies they sent me, and also to tell them about the errors in their A20 set. You know, the 321012, I think it is the number. There's a metal part that goes inside the turret. It's too wide, you can't fit the glazing over it. And then there's the bullets, which are obviously photo etched, which aren't very nice. They're too flat for 32nd scale, really. Okay, in 72nd, but nothing above that. But they're not long enough. They don't reach the gun to the trough. So yeah. So that was that, and I'm sure there's many more people that I didn't see, many more stands. But yeah, as I say, massive thank you to everybody who supports the channel. Massive thank you to everybody yesterday who just gave me stuff, and like I say, the welcome that I received was just unbelievable. I really did feel like a bloody TV celebrity or something. It was lovely, very nice. So so that's basically that. I don't think I've missed anybody out here. If I have missed anybody out, I'm really sorry. But I've tried to think of everybody I spoke to. I mean, I didn't get there till about, what was it, about 11:30. I think I got there. And of course they finish at 4, so 4.5 hours of constant talking to people just goes like that. So I think next year I'll at least have to go on a Saturday and get there earlier. But anyway, that's that. So lots of reviews coming your way. I've had a quick look at this B25 and it does look very nice indeed. It's a million miles ahead of the old Revell kit, which I used to have. I think I sold it on eBay. I've still got in my stash, I've got the Italeri one, which was it the Classic Airframes? I can't remember, no, the name of the company with the, oh, I can't remember the name of the company now, but it's an American company and it's got superb interior detail and everything. But I think Will Patterson built one, and I think the fuselage halves were completely different sizes and stuff, but I've got the Italeri box in of that. But this looks like a million miles ahead of all of them. Very crisp, very nice surface detail, no texture or anything to it. But as with all HK models, let's face it, they are wonderful kits to build. They have accuracy issues, but for a modeler that wants to build a plastic model kit, these things are up there. You know, the plastic's lovely to work with, a bit on the hard side, but better than being too soft. I'd rather a bit too hard than a bit too soft. Hey. But they fit together beautifully. A lot of the times you don't even need glue. Really nice. Oh, one other thing I wanted to say about Hong Kong models, I forgot to mention the Hong Kong models Lancaster. I'll put a picture up now. Guy from Hong Kong recognised me. He actually, an English guy, lives in Hong Kong, and he was telling me that on the Wednesday previous to the show, that model was still in bare plastic, so it wasn't even primed. So we managed to finish it and get it there and have it on display. I guess that's one of the beauties of the Hong Kong models Lanc over the Border model, is the wings come off and leave the fuselage. The Border model one is more accurate because the wings come off at the actual place they do come off on the real thing. The only trouble is it's still about this wide. So actually transport was probably about that wide actually. It's about a foot wide. So transporting it, like especially from somewhere like Hong Kong, is not going to be as easy as the HK models one, which would probably fit in a box that wide with the wings alongside, you know, because the tailplane's about so wide, probably 6-7 inches. So the wings will fit alongside the fuselage and probably sit up on top of the tailplane. So you have a box like this, which would be like a, you know, no bigger than a guitar case to bring over. So yeah, but yeah, that beautiful model, absolutely beautifully built. And as I've always said, if you want a 32nd scale Lancaster and you want a kit to build, get the Hong Kong models. If you want probably the most accurate model kit out there, but you're prepared for fit issues, having to deal with some seam lines, having to work your way around the instructions, get your own colour call-outs and that sort of thing, and spend a bit more money, then get the border model one, which is X-Wing Nut Wings. And especially now, it's just gone a million times better because they've redone the clear part, well, most of the clear parts. They've said they're going to send me one. I'm hoping they have. I'm hoping they will or have, just in case I've got one on pre-order from Hannants, in case it doesn't arrive. So we shall see. So anyway, that's that. So yeah, bloody good day, bloody good show. And I know that I missed more than I even saw. So as I say, I think next year I'll have to be, I think it'll have to be a bit of a longer visit. Thank you for watching, guys. And I'll see you soon for lots of reviews. Bye for now.